This is VFlex TV. Welcome to the Weather Zone, the TV show that explores the strangest and the most mind-boggling topics from around the world. I am Vixty, the voice of Niger Delta. On the Weather Zone today, we're going to be looking at weird things about Nollywood industry that you probably aren't aware of. There are weird things in the Nollywood industry that you're not aware of that we're going to be discussing today on the show. Nollywood is the second largest film producing industry in the whole world after Bollywood movie industry. Let's go for a short break. When we come back, we're going to be unveiling the face of the Weather Zone today. Stay tuned. It's your boy Big Speed, the voice of Niger Delta. Welcome to the Weather Zone, the TV show that explores the strangest and the most unusual topics from around the world.
Alright, it's a Vix Flex. Alright, today on Wednesday.
So it's open for you. Please teach us how to smile because you guys are really cute. How about you join us every Wednesday for an unforgettable journey to the Weather Zone, where the unexpected is always around the corner. Welcome back. On the face of the Weather Zone today is the movie producer and actor. He is Ibim Isaacs. They call him the legendary and the landlord of our yard. Very pleased to have you, Mr. Ibim Isaac.
Thank you very
much. How
much.
are you doing?
I'm good. Good.
How is the day going?
Well, everything is going fine.
Good to have you on the Weather Zone today.
Same here. Thank you so much.
We're actually looking at weird things in the Nollywood industry today. And of course, you agree with me that there are weird things in the Nollywood industry today, isn't it?
Well, same like every other industry. Yeah,
Seems like every other industry. All right, let's begin with you. Let's quickly begin with you. Can you tell us your journey into the Nollywood industry? I mean, how you started? How has it been for you? Has it been a smooth ride for you?
Okay. First, thank you for having me.
All right, you're welcome.
My name is Ibim Isaacs. I'm a filmmaker. So, my journey so far, it's been beautiful. I'll say we've had our pitfalls here and there, but it goes way back as 2008 when I had my first audition. So I had to do like 6 years after 2008. That's 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, and 12, then 13 before I actually started doing films. Now I took that work because I really wanted to understand how film works from the behind the scene point of view, because then we couldn't afford going to a film school, so I had to work under people, work as production hands in productions, so I could get real-time information as to how a production is being run. Then after 2013 I had to do my first film. That was Rumokani, Port Harcourt. I worked as a production hand, also an actor. So from then, I have tried basically the core part of filmmaking. I have tried it. I've acted. I write. I direct. I produce. I do production management. So I've tried my hand on basically the core part of film, and it's been a jolly good ride. Yes, inculcating also the bitter moments, the disappointing times, the moments where prayers aren't answered, the suffering, the hunger. I remember one time, anybody that knows Port Harcourt terrain very well. So I stay at Rumukrushi area. I had to walk from Rumukrushi to Garrison because I needed to make an audition. It's been a game of challenges, facing passion and dedication trying to win. We're not big yet, but we could proudly say that we are no longer where we used to be, and the goal is clearer. You know, a lot's done, a lot achieved. We can only say thank you.
Let's talk about your being to audition. That was
Yes.
2018, like you
2008.
said. Sorry,
Yes.
28, like you said. I remember coming to your audition once like that, and
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I mean, that was my first time of being to a movie audition. How did you feel, you know, your first time going to going for audition, I beg your pardon?
Okay. For me, there is this peace and happiness, you know, except that I get when I have to audition, because 2008 was not the first time I was actually acting.
Okay.
You know, from secondary school, from my GSS1, I've been acting. I've been going through the process already. You know, so 2008 was more like leaving the stage to the screen. So I still had that calmness, but because I'm fiercely competitive, so the pressure is I don't want to fail.
All right.
So it's not like how do I impress the judges? It's more like I want to be better.
Okay.
You know, so it's more like that competitive thing comes up, and yes, I see people get to fidget. I see people get to. I mean, doing this for over 8 years as a producer, yeah. So that people come with that fear. But I always say this: the fear is natural.
Okay.
The fear is natural. It comes with that. I don't know what to expect. You know, I don't know what to expect
From the judges.
Yes. But again, I always say this: if you understand the whole idea of an audition, you shouldn't actually go there to compete.
All right.
Hitting myself too, you shouldn't actually go there to compete. The truth is, sometimes you may be too good for the job, but you don't get the job because you don't fall into the production's plan.
Okay.
So, for example, I'm fair, and I go for an audition, and they want a dark actor. No matter how good I am, I may not win that role, because the production has a design already. So I could be tall and slim, but the production wants someone that is tall and very fat. No matter how good I am, except the production has money to turn me from a fair guy to a dark guy, or from a slim guy to a very chubby guy.
Is that even possible?
Well, you know, there's nothing technology cannot do.
Okay.
But once you have to understand that, look, I may be good enough, but not good enough for this job, you will stop being tense. You just go give out your best, take a bow, and expect the best.
And let's talk about you've been into the Nollywood industry for good, right from 2008 up until now, where you are an actor as well as a movie producer.
Yeah.
What has been the weird things you've noticed for this long period of time you've been into the Nollywood industry?
Wow. You know, because I'm a very optimistic person, the word weird does not exist in my dictionary.
Okay.
But again, a lot of weird things happen, you know. I think one of the weirdest things that happened to me was when a director changed a male cast to a female cast because he wanted to collect money.
Wow.
I don't forget that incident because it broke me. It was going to be a defining film for me, you know. So you go to a project and you've had a script for over 3 weeks to a month, and you're ready to film, and you see a lady walk into the set with a bag, and they give a female a masculine role. Now, not because she's good, but because she's playing a particular song, you know. So that is another thing that changed the course of my view to what film is. I told myself that never again will I be in a space where the right things are not being done. So it actually drove me to hone my craft properly. You know, I chased directing, I chased writing, I chased acting, I chased producing. So I could say it that for me, I want to build my own circle so strong where I won't let anybody experience the things I experienced, and that's my driving force. So I'm called the legendary man not because I am the best. I keep saying that the world can work without the best.
Best.
You know, I get the accolades because I'm all about being there for people, helping people cross. Like my mentor always say, Talapero always say, it's about, you know, being there for someone, helping somebody cross, you know, and that's the whole idea. So that is one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced, you know, in my whole career.
Oh, that's great. All right, so let's talk about low budgeting also, because a lot of people have been talking about low budgeting in the movie industry, that they don't have enough budget. As a result of that, they go into duplicating other movies that have already been, you know, filmed. They take the footage and they replicate it and start sending it out. That's what they call piracy. I don't know, so that's piracy, right? And they start sending this out. I mean, how does that affect the Nollywood industry?
Okay, piracy is a world problem. You know, it's not a Nollywood thing. It's not spectacular to Nollywood alone, because I always get the people that look. A criminal is a criminal in Nigeria, in UK, in America, in Spain, in France. A criminal is a criminal. Now, if someone is pirating someone's creative work, it's not because he doesn't have money to make his film. It's because he's a criminal. It's not because the industry, you know, yes, we have our financial challenge, we have our budget issues, but it is not the reason why you should go and destroy. I know what it takes to make a film. You know, I don't call everything a bad film. Okay. You know, I may say yes, the film was not properly produced, but I won't call it a bad film because it took people time, it took them money, it took them energy. You know, so if you know how much man hour is put in, you know, into a creative piece of, let's say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you now see the good work, and all that comes to your head is to duplicate and sell without getting something across to the person. Then you are a thief. It's not because you don't have money to make your own film. So let's draw the line between criminality and financing. They're two different things.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
All right. Well, I also want to talk about there's a book I read. I came across this where that there's a documentary that has to do with Port Harcourt municipal election that was made as of 1950. It was listed among the documentaries that was made for Nollywood industry. And I feel like Port Harcourt creatives, so I'm bringing Port Harcourt creatives into this now, that they've started from the scratch. They started Nollywood from the scratch. But it hurts a lot to see that they are not at the forefront, just like other states that has this Nollywood industry, because this is the branch of Nollywood industry in Port Harcourt. And let me just take, for instance, the AMVCA award that just happened last week. We see that you can barely find some of the Port Harcourt creatives out there, and that's weird. I mean, how could that happen? Because Port Harcourt started from the scratch with the Nollywood industry, and you could barely find some of these actors or actresses or artists, because we have lots of talents right here in Port Harcourt, but you can barely find them nominated for the African Magic Viewers Choice Award. I mean, doesn't that sound weird to you? Okay. As much as I feel pained, I say, because I'm not just doing business in Port Harcourt. I am from here. I am an indigenous of Rivers State and a Bonny man. You know, celebrities grow. As a young creative, you know, going back then to arts and culture, you know, to see them rehearse, you know, I worked with a whole lot of them when I started growing. But this is it. Creative work or creative success is a product of work. It's not a product of history. It's not a product of sentiment. It's not a product of mediocre accolades. I would say that. So everybody who you see out there who has done something great, they all put in the work emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, you know. So you can't bask in the euphoria of one old document and feel that you'll be entitled to benefit from the industry. People are moving, people are evolving, people are putting in effort. So until we understand that we need to come to where the industry is, we will always be where we are. For example, we had a beautiful outing at AMVCA,
the last edition. We had a lot of nominations coming to Rivers to Port Harcourt. We had 2 wins. We had best costume design and best content creator. That is Mr. Funny, and somebody I respect so much. You know, Millicent Jack. These people have put in the work. Okay. So it is not a surprise when they actually get these things. So are we going to keep basking in the euphoria of what Millicent Jack did and what Mr. Funny is doing, and feel that every other content creator from this region and every other filmmaker from the region will get an award? No! I'll ask, how many big films have we done in the past 10 years? How many big films have we done in the past 10 years? How many films from Rivers State can match up with the Anikulapo, with the Shanty Town, with Gangs of Lagos? How many of these films from here can actually match up? How many of our actors, I'm not exempting myself, right? How many of our filmmakers can meet up socially with the likes of the Arianis, the Genevieves, the Nino Lowos? How many of us can match up with them? It's not a function of money, it's a function of dedication. Right. Again, the environment has a part to play, the government has a part to play, yes, but there is a role. We must walk the walk first before the corporate sector and the public sector get to work with us. So it all falls back to us. We need to put in the work, and until we do that, sorry, we'll only be crying like
I mean, I've known you as always clamoring for the betterment of Nollywood industry in Port Harcourt's branch. Exactly. And then there's this one of your pros that I actually want to talk about. That you said some people come talking to you, calling you a smelly mouth and all of that, about when you're trying to push out the narratives of what's going on right deep down in the movie industry. You know, that lacks of support. You mentioned lack of support and lacks of support emotionally, financially, and the likes of them. So somebody come out to tell you that your mouth is smelly. I mean, would you like to talk more about
Okay, you know, I'll say this. A lot of us are not creatives, so we don't understand the pain when a fellow creative is saying that this is not happening here. A lot of our creatives, especially from the music sector, have left this town because of these same things. There is no collaboration, and I keep saying it. There's a difference between collaboration and love. Don't love me, let's do business. All right? You don't need to love me to do business with me. If you are progress driven, if you are success driven, you will understand that it is important for you to collaborate with someone, because you can't move a full industry alone. You can't make the kind of money that's being made in Hollywood in Port Harcourt alone. So there is sense in you wanting to collaborate. Now, people who are not creatives, people who are myopic, people who feel comfortable with where they are, feel that you're cloud chasing when you say, come let's. I say this, and I say it without, I put in so much money doing a web series and pushing for a film, you know, and I know that I got less than 10% support. Right? I pushed for a publication on National Daily. I pushed, like, people blatantly turn their back because it will be our man. The truth is, it's not about me. I keep saying it, that if the people who were before us had kept a business, they kept the art for us, they just kept film for us. They didn't keep a business. So we are trying to create business from this thing, so that those behind us, we have something to earn from. So you don't sit there and you're confident because you can afford a cheap ride on both, you can afford a cheap meal, and you feel that somebody clamoring for collaboration is mad. I'm not crazy. I'm sufficient for myself. But it's not about myself, it's about the whole industry. We need to be like the other person we look up to. We need to be like Los Angeles, we need to be like New York, we need to be like Hollywood. It can happen only if we collaborate in our inner circle. It's only the collaboration that happens within us, the creatives, that's going to attract the public, the big guys in their offices, and the government. I'm going to draw a little bit from what happened, the Guinness Book of Record thing.
Feel that.
Look, yes, it's a PR move by Hilda Bassi and her PR team, but the truth is, everybody in Lagos understood what she was doing, and they're kidding. True. Everybody on that. Because, I mean, if she was to pay, how much would she have paid Tiwa Savage and the rest of them to come and spend hours? How much would she have paid the governor of Lagos to come and stay there and eat her food and give her support. That is because they understood that, look, this lady is selling something. The PRO has done their work, this is what we are trying to sell, and everybody tapped into it. In Port Harcourt, I can say it clearly that they won't turn up. They will stay at home and have their pockets of meeting and feel like she's been a busybody. Yeah. The truth is, look at how much value she has given to Lagos in the whole of 1 week.
And Nigeria.
And Nigeria at large. That's what you are saying. So I don't need to like Hilda Bassi to come to that event. I need to look at it at, oh, she's doing something good. Let me go and attach myself to it. And I share from her value. That's common sense.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibim Isaacs, for lending your voice and your insights on this great matter that has to do with the Nollywood industry. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming to the Weather Zone today. We look forward to hearing from you on our subsequent episodes coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. All right, Ibim Isaacs, he's been able to tell us some of the weird things in the Nollywood industry, as well as share some of the insights and what needs to be done in order for us to, bring out those weird things and also work on them in order for us to have this bold step in the Nollywood industry. Thank you so much for being there. And don't forget, our next episode coming next week, Wednesday, it's going to be lit, like I told you. And just as we have done here, except the same thing you're going to be expecting next week, and it's going to be mind-blowing. So until then, please don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe to our channel, and share to your friends, share to your relatives, share to everybody at all that you feel like you want to share to, and let them watch this. I am Vixby, the voice of Niger Delta. Until I come your next, stay blessed.